What if I told you that cameras caught the very moment Jim Jones's entire world shattered? Picture this: a dimly lit hotel hallway, whispers echoing behind a half-closed door, and Jim moving like a man possessed. He had been warned, he had seen the suspicious texts, but nothing could prepare him for what he was about to walk in on. Inside that room, Chrissy, the woman he spent years defending, loving, and building with. And beside her, none other than her ex, Common Shirt Hoffoff, his voice low, his hand dangerously close. Eyewitnesses claim Jim didn't just open the door, he kicked it off the hinges, sending shockwaves through the entire floor. The look on his face, fury mixed with heartbreak, the kind of rage that only comes when betrayal cuts deep. Chrissy froze like she'd been caught in headlights. Common, cool as ever, leaned back like he had nothing to lose. And that's when the screaming started. Phones were out instantly, fans screaming, "No way, this is happening," while security tried to hold Jim back. But insiders say the drama didn't stop at yelling. There are leaked voice notes where Jim is heard threatening to end it all for. Both of them, and others, claim Chrissy herself collapsed in tears, begging him to listen. Social media went nuclear within minutes, hashtags exploding, celebrities chiming in, and fans completely divided. And just when you think you know how this ends, trust me, you don't. This is only the beginning of the chaos that will change. There lives forever. Now, before I drop all the shocking details, do one thing: smash that subscribe button, hit the bell, and lock in. Because if you think this first taste is wild, wait until you see the next chapters, I promise. You do not want to miss what's coming. The night started like any other glossy love and hip-hop evening in New York. Velvet ropes outside, flashes bouncing off luxury cars, and music industry faces pretending not to notice each other while secretly clocking every move. But what unfolded after midnight is now being called the most explosive betrayal in Jim Jones and Chrissy's roller coaster saga. This wasn't just a fight, wasn't just another messy argument. This was nuclear. Jim had been living with whispers for weeks. Insiders close to Dipset had been sliding him cryptic messages. "Keep your eyes open, Chrissy ain't where she says she is." At first, Jim brushed it off. After all, Chrissy has been his ride or die for years, the woman who stood by him through legal cases, industry wars, and countless tabloid rumors. But when a close friend texted him a grainy screenshot of Chrissy walking into a luxury downtown hotel with none other than Common, yes, the Grammy-winning rapper, and her ex, the pieces started snapping together like a puzzle he never wanted to solve. That's when Jim did what Jim does. He moved fast. No hesitation, no calls, no waiting for explanations. He stormed that hotel, his hoodie pulled tight, two of his closest boys behind him, phones already rolling. Witnesses say Jim's rage was volcanic pacing, muttering under his breath, fists clenched so tight his knuckles turned white. When the elevator doors opened on the 14th floor, the silence was deafening. One witness claims Jim could already hear faint laughter coming from behind a cracked hotel door. He pushed forward, each step heavier than the last. And then it happened. Jim kicked that door so hard it nearly flew off the hinges. What he saw inside. That's the moment the internet still hasn't recovered from. Chrissy was sitting on the edge of the bed, makeup smeared, hair wild, staring at Common like she was lost in a moment that should have stayed buried in her past. Common, calm as ever, leaned back in a chair with a glass of Hennessy in his hand, completely unfazed by the chaos now storming through the room. Jim's roar filled the space. "You? Out of everybody? You back with him?" Phones were immediately whipped out. Somebody caught Chrissy's face in that split-second: guilt, shock, and pure panic all rolled into one. But here's where it gets even messier. Within hours, not only did Jim confront them, but somehow a hotel hallway surveillance clip started circulating online, and guess who leaked it? According to multiple insiders, It was Jim himself. The clip didn't show everything, but it showed enough. Chrissy clinging to Common's arm, Common whispering something into her ear, and Jim exploding as soon as he barged in. That footage hit social media like dynamite. Hashtags like #ChrissyExposed and #JimVS were trending in less than an hour. The betrayal wasn't just romantic, it was personal. Jim has history with Common, a man who once brushed shoulders with Dipset but never vibed with their energy. Rumor has it, Common made slick comments about Jim years ago, calling him loud without substance. So to catch Chrissy tangled up with that man, fans say it was like pouring salt into an open wound. Leaked audio started surfacing almost immediately. A shaky voice note allegedly recorded by a hotel guest captured Jim yelling, "After everything I gave you, this how you play me?" Followed by Chrissy sobbing, "It's not what you think. Please, let me explain." But then Common's voice cut through the chaos.com, but sharp. "Man, she came to me. Don't put this on me." That line alone broke the internet. Fans were divided. Some said Chrissy had been holding back resentment for years, tired of waiting for Jim to fully commit. Others called her out for betraying a man who stuck by her through thick and thin. And then there were those who accused Common of intentionally inserting himself back into Chrissy's life just to stir chaos. And the meltdown didn't end in that hotel room. By sunrise, a mysterious Instagram account popped up, posting snippets of an alleged private video recorded that night. Blurry but unmistakable, the clips hinted at intimate moments between Chrissy and Common before Jim's arrival. While nothing X-rated has been confirmed, the suggestion alone was enough to send the fanbase into a frenzy. Some swore the account was run by someone in Jim's camp. Others whispered that Jim himself leaked the footage to destroy Chrissy publicly before she could spin the narrative. Industry insiders started chiming in. One anonymous source told a gossip blog, "Jim feels like his loyalty just got stomped on. He's not thinking rationally, wants revenge, and Chrissy is begging him not to end her career over this." Meanwhile, another insider claimed Chrissy was seen calling producers from Love and Hip Hop, begging them to cut certain footage from the upcoming season to protect her image. But it was too late. The internet had already seen enough. Memes flooded timelines, side-by-side shots of Chrissy crying on reality TV with captions like, "She always wanted a ring, but got caught chasing old flames." Others showed Jim with fire in his eyes, tagged with legendary clapback loading. And just when everyone thought this scandal had hit its peak, another twist dropped. A rumored group chat leak between Chrissy, Common, and one of Chrissy's closest friends. Screenshots allegedly show Chrissy saying, "Jim will never change. At least Common makes me feel seen." These messages are real. It's the deepest cut Jim has ever taken, and fans are bracing for his retaliation. The first chapter of this saga leaves us with one undeniable truth. Jim Jones and Chrissy's love story may never recover. The trust has been obliterated. Their private lives are now public entertainment and Common. He's walking around like the calm center of a hurricane he helped create. But the real question is, what will Jim do next? He's not the type to let humiliation slide. And word on the street is he's got more receipts, including a shocking video he's threatening to release that could end Chrissy's reputation for good. And just when you think this can't get more explosive, it does. Quick break before we go deeper. If you're locked in right now and living for this chaos, hit that subscribe button right now. Don't wait, because trust me, the next chapter of this story is darker, wilder, and way more destructive than you can imagine. You do not want to miss what's coming. By the next morning, New York was humming like it had just witnessed an earthquake. Everyone from Harlem barbershops to Brooklyn coffeehouses was talking about one thing: Chrissy, Common, and the video that Jim himself seemed to unleash on the world. The whispers had turned into full-blown screams across the internet. And Chrissy's name was drowning in hashtags she never thought she'd see attached to her legacy. The rawness of the leaked hallway clip was bad enough, But then came the bombshell that detonated everything further. Jim wasn't finished. Hours after the first footage spread, an anonymous Twitter account clearly connected to Jim's camp posted a chilling caption. If y'all think that was wild, wait till you see the real video. Receipts loading. Cute. The tweet had no images attached, but that was all it took to send social media into a frenzy. Fans were glued to their screens, refreshing every second, waiting. Meanwhile, Chrissy was spiraling. Multiple sources close to her say she locked herself inside her friend's apartment, crying uncontrollably, chain-smoking cigarettes while her phone blew up non-stop. A friend allegedly recorded her screaming into her phone, "Why would he do this to me? Why would he ruin me like this?" The clip, of course, made its way to gossip blogs within hours. Suddenly, the narrative wasn't just about Chrissy cheating. It was about a woman breaking down publicly, caught between two powerful men. One of them determined to burn her entire reputation to the ground, and then Common stepped into the spotlight. For days he stayed silent, calm, collected the same way he appeared in that hotel room. But as the backlash grew louder, he posted a cryptic Instagram story. A black screen with the words "truth" always comes to the surface. "I'm not worried." Fans went berserk. Was he hinting that Chrissy came to him willingly? Was he suggesting there was more dirt on Jim? Theories exploded, some even claiming Common had his own receipts that could flip the entire scandal upside down. But the mess didn't stop there. A leaked phone conversation allegedly between Jim and a producer from Love and Hip Hop surfaced online. In the audio, Jim's voice is heard saying, "Don't you dare protect her. Air it all out. I want every clip, every angle, every tear shown. Let the world see what she really is." The producer's muffled reply hinted at hesitation, worried about legal pushback. But Jim was relentless. This was no longer just personal, it was business, reputation, legacy. Chrissy, on the other hand, was scrambling for allies. She called up Yandy, who once clashed with her publicly, begging for backup. But insiders claim Yandy didn't bite. Instead, she allegedly told Chrissy, "Girl, you brought this on yourself. You always thought you were untouchable. Now look." Right. That audio too was leaked, and, if true, it showed just how isolated Chrissy had become. Friends she thought would stand by her were using her downfall as entertainment. Social media turned savage. TikTok was flooded with reenactments of the hotel confrontation. Memes of Common sipping Hennessy while chaos erupted, and endless think pieces on Chrissy's choices. One viral video stitched Jim's furious scream with clips of Chrissy proposing to him years ago, captioned, "She begged for a ring but ended up begging for forgiveness." Another viral post mocked her breakdown with the phrase, "From Chrissy Lampkin to Chrissy crumbled." Even celebrities couldn't resist chiming in. Remy Ma tweeted, "Some women just don't appreciate a real one till he's gone." Cardi B liked several shady tweets about Chrissy, while Funk Flex blasted Jim on Hot 97, saying, "He out here exposing women like this. That ain't Harlem. It's foul." Suddenly, the scandal wasn't just about betrayal. It was a civil war dividing the entire hip-hop community. But then came the twist that nobody saw coming. A second video dropped, shorter, blurrier, but even more damning. It showed Chrissy and Common sitting uncomfortably close on the hotel bed, her hand brushing his knee. You couldn't hear much. But one line from Chrissy's lips sent shockwaves across the internet. "Jim will never be the man I need him to be." The clip ended abruptly, but that one sentence was enough. Fans were floored. Critics of Jim said, "It proved he pushed Chrissy into the arms of someone else." Defenders of Jim said it confirmed she was plotting betrayal long before he caught her. The fallout was nuclear. Chrissy's Instagram comments were flooded with snake emojis. Jim's posts were swarmed with heart emojis and "Stay Strong King" messages. Common. He sat in silence, his calm demeanor now fueling even more mystery. Was he plotting something? Was he letting the chaos play into his hands? Nobody knew. And that's exactly why fans couldn't stop watching. Behind the scenes, VH1 producers were scrambling. Ratings gold was falling right into their laps, but the network was terrified of lawsuits. Chrissy allegedly threatened legal action if the footage aired. But Jim countered with his own lawyers, demanding it stay in. One insider said, "This season just became the most explosive in love and hip-hop history. If they don't air it, fans will riot. If they do, Chrissy's finished." And just when you thought Chrissy had no cards left to play, whispers emerged that she too had damaging receipts, this time about Jim. A gossip blog posted screenshots of alleged text messages from Chrissy's phone showing Jim messaging multiple women late at night. If these texts were real, Chrissy could flip the scandal on its head, painting Jim as no angel himself. But skeptics called it desperate, claiming Chrissy was just trying to shift the narrative after being exposed. By the end of that week, Chrissy was spotted in public for the first time, sunglasses hiding her tear-streaked face, clutching Common's arm as paparazzi swarmed them. The image alone sent fans into meltdown. Was she choosing Common over Jim? Was she doubling down on the very man who set this scandal ablaze? The chaos was far from over. In fact, it was only escalating. Insiders revealed Jim had one final piece of evidence in his possession, a private recording from inside the hotel room that had yet to surface. Sources say the video could end Chrissy's credibility forever, and Jim was just waiting for the right moment to drop it. The stage was set. One man hell-bent on revenge, one woman clinging to her dignity, and one ex who seemed disturbingly calm in the eye of the storm. And as the world held its breath, the only question left was, how far would Jim go to make sure Chrissy paid the ultimate price? If you're still watching this unfold, you already know this is more than gossip's, a saga unraveling in real time. Subscribe right now, lock in with us, because part 3 is going to deliver the final blow, the ultimate twist that nobody will see coming. Trust me, you'll regret missing it by the time Friday night rolled around. The internet wasn't just buzzing, it was in full-blown meltdown. Everyone had seen the hallway video, the cryptic leaks, and the blurry bed footage. But what Jim dropped next was the nuclear bomb nobody was ready for. At 11:47 p.m., an Instagram Live notification popped up from Jim's official account. Dozens flooded in instantly. He sat there in a dimly lit room, blunt in hand, eyes bloodshot but deadly serious. The energy was different, less rage, more icy calm. And then he said the words that froze his fans to their screens. "Y'all think she played me? Let me show you who she really is." Seconds later, he angled the camera at his TV screen and pressed play. What rolled across that screen was the alleged full hotel video. The footage was grainy, shaky, but crystal clear in its implications. Chrissy and Common in that hotel room, laughing, sipping drinks with Chrissy sitting on his lap. At one point, she leaned in and whispered something. And though the audio was muffled, fans swore they heard her say, "Jim, don't even make me feel like a woman anymore." The live chat exploded. Comments flew by so fast you could barely read them. Not Chrissy. She really did this. Calm the savage. Jim let the footage roll for about 2 minutes, then cut it off. His final words before ending the live were chilling. "Play me, and I'll play you worse. It's over." Within minutes, clips of the live were everywhere. Shade Room reposted it, Hip Hop DX picked it up, and Twitter threads ran wild with timestamps analyzing every move in the video. The damage was irreversible. Chrissy wasn't just caught, she was obliterated. Her response came fast but shaky. At 2 a.m., she went live from her own account. Hair messy, eyes swollen, voice trembling. She cried into the camera, "I made a mistake, but I didn't deserve this. He's trying to ruin me forever. Y'all don't know the full story?" She went on to accuse Jim of cheating for years, of pushing her into loneliness, and of setting her up to look like the villain. But the comments weren't kind. Viewers flooded her live with clown emojis, snake emojis, and brutal questions. So you sat on Common's lap for revenge. Why are you still begging for that ring if you wanted someone else? The meltdown hit peak levels when Chrissy suddenly collapsed mid-sentence. Friends rushed into frame, helping her off camera. But by then, the damage was already viral. The hashtag Chrissy collapsed began trending before sunrise. Meanwhile, Common finally broke his silence in a shocking radio interview. "Calm as ever," he told the host. "I never intended for this to get out of hand. Chrissy reached out to me. We had unfinished conversations. That's all I'll say." But the kicker came when the host pressed him about the hotel video. Common smirked, and behind the scenes, producers of Love and Hip Hop were salivating. One insider leaked that reunion tapings had been pushed forward just to capture this fallout while it was hot. Cast members were allegedly warned to pick a side, and early. Reports claim Yandi and Kambella were already sharpening their knives, ready to drag Chrissy the second she stepped on set. And the chaos didn't stop with the show. Rumors began swirling that Jim had moved out of their shared home, taking everything with him. One paparazzi shot even showed him carrying a suitcase and what looked like a jewelry box into a black SUV. Speculation ran wild. Was he taking back the engagement ring he never officially gave Chrissy? Or was he moving the receipts somewhere, safe before the lawyers got involved? Fans, meanwhile, were divided into camps. Team Jim painted him as the scorned man, finally getting revenge after years of being disrespected. Team Chrissy argued that Jim's public humiliation went too far, turning private heartbreak into spectacle. And then there was Team Common, made up of people who thought he played chess while everyone else was playing checkers. But then, just when the dust was beginning to settle, a final bomb dropped. A leaked voicemail, allegedly from Chrissy to one of her closest friends, hit the blogs. In it, she sobbed uncontrollably, saying, "I lost everything. Jim hates me. Common don't care. And now I'm the joke of the whole industry." The audio ended with her whispering, "I don't know if I can survive this." That voicemail ignited a firestorm of concern. Fans begged Chrissy to stay strong, to not let the hate consume her. Mental health advocates weighed in, urging people to stop the bullying. But at the same time, the gossip machine didn't slow down. It only got louder by the end of the week. One thing was clear: the Jim and Chrissy love story, once celebrated as reality TV's ride-or-die romance, had been shattered into pieces too sharp to ever put back together. Jim was moving on with icy determination. Chrissy was drowning in public shame and Common. He was trending like he just dropped a hit single. It's not wrecked a household. The final cliffhanger came when Jim posted a cryptic Instagram caption: "Revenge is the best closure. Chapter closed." But insiders say it's not closed, at LHHNY cameras are still rolling. And the reunion promises to deliver more fireworks than anyone can imagine. And as fans continue to dissect every frame, every leak, every word there, left wondering, will Jim ever forgive? Will Chrissy ever recover? And will Common ever admit just how deep this betrayal really went? One thing is certain: this isn't just reality TV anymore. This is history in the making. And if you've been locked in with me through this roller coaster, don't just watch, be part of it. Smash that subscribe button right now. Drop your thoughts in the comments and hit that bell so you're the first to know when the next chapter explodes. 'Cause trust me, with Jim, Chrissy, and Common, this story is far from over. And you do not want to miss the next bombshell. Listen, if you made it all the way here, you already know this isn't just some gossip's history unfolding in front of our eyes. Jim Jones just flipped the script on Chrissy in a way nobody could have predicted. And Common's silence only makes this entire scandal even more terrifying. But here's the truth: this story is nowhere near finished. Producers are circling, insiders are leaking, and the streets are whispering that even bigger receipts are on the way. If you don't lock in with us now, you're going to miss the next bombshell the second it drops. This channel is your front row seat to every betrayal, every leaked clip, every meltdown that love and hip-hop and the hip-hop industry try to bury. We don't sugarcoat, we don't hold back, we bring you the raw chaos exactly how it erupts. And if you think tonight's video was wild, just wait until you see the aftermath. Because Jim isn't stopping here, and Chrissy's desperation is about to hit a whole new level. So smash that subscribe button right now. Don't just watch, be part of the movement that keeps the truth alive. Hit the bell so you're first in line when the next leak hits. And drop your thoughts in the comments, because this isn't just my story to tell, it's our community's voice that keeps the fire burning. Miss this and you'll regret it. Stay tuned, the storm has only begun.